Oh boy. How about that Jaguars team? Oh, guys. How about that flight in? Jeepers cripes. Some pretty good tweets already out there joking about how this was a bye game, like a non conference college game. Good job, everybody. Keep up the tweets. You're going to need them to get through this. The Jags. It is fun that they tried to put a drive together there at the end with like 19 seconds just to make Trevor's stats look worse. We are currently sitting at a 70 yards for the Jaguars to 288 for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills were 6 for 8 on third down, and the 2 times they didn't convert, they went for it on fourth and did get it. They've scored a touchdown on all 5 of their drives. They are averaging 7.5 yards, 7.4 yards per play on 39 total plays. 3 for 3 in the red zone, no turnovers. The winning time of possession, obviously, 247 through the air. Just as bad of a beatdown as you're going to see. I was not keen on the play calling, the game planning, the game management from most of what we've seen from Press Taylor, and I didn't even talk about the defensive coordinator. I think just utter unpreparedness is kind of what we're looking at. So I don't know what the deal is here. If they were ready to fire a coach midseason again, you're going to start 0-3. I mean, what's the biggest comeback of all time? This is only 31. I guess Colts Vikings was right around here. It could happen. I don't see it happening. You have a much better coach on the other side. It's not Matt Patricia. So I did bet. I don't know if anybody has seen. I do a newsletter. When I put my plays in the newsletter, I try to put the worst price possible. I do try to put, like, hey, I'm not going to go out of my way and find like a terrible price somewhere, but kind of if it's in between, I put 5.5, even though there's 5s. And so I'm like, fuck, I played this at 5.5 on record, on paper. And by the time we got to game time, it had been steamed the shit down to 4. So this is making me look stupid here. Obviously, that steam was incorrect at this point. I'm fine. I'm gonna live. I have the over in the other game. I haven't been paying as much attention to that. I don't like the overlaps. Obviously, hoping the Jags, the other big cats, the Bengals can punch this in from the 15. That'd be awful nice. It sucks that I did kind of go back and forth between plus 7.5 and the over, saying, I'm going to play the over because I do worry that the secondary is just so bad. Washington puts up 24 and still can't cover this. So I looked at first coach fired. Dougie P was not first earlier. We talked about that. Some of these franchises, there's, they don't tend to fire team or coaches in midseason. And for anyone asking, Drew is back. He's just sleepy. He's on Greek time. It's like 2 a.m. He'll be back Wednesday. We'll do our regular pod. I haven't done the recap look ahead pod. I'm probably going to try to record that tonight or just like first thing in the morning because I do have a shitload of notes and I feel bad not putting a podcast out. Second half bet is kind of pick your shitty player that's going to play in the second half. There's no angle here where you're going to be able to predict how a 34-3 game goes. There's not a, hey, this is usually how these games go. This is not one you should probably be looking at side or total. Second half under maybe, but if the Jaguars get a little squirrely, they can score some points here. What do we look? I didn't even look at the total yet for the second half. Second half is 20.5. Evenish, kind of slight favorite to the Jags, and looking at a minus 125, 110 plus 110 situation. So you could play the minus a half. I am going to play. I brought this up in the chat. I couldn't decide between. Ty has gotten his run ready, but I'm going to play some Ray Davis, third string Bills running back. I think we're going to end up with some. Yeah, it's player prop angle, guys. Whatever you guys think. If you think I'm wrong, by the way, let me know what you're playing in the second half. This is a small bet, but I did find some Ray Davis, 18.5 for rushing yards, 22.5 for rushing and receiving. Put small bets on both of those. Jeremy McLaurin over a catch. Jaden Daniels doesn't want to throw to wide receivers, man. He had him, but apparently it's more of this check down stuff, which is fine. I mean, they move the ball all right. So I'm gonna go. Oh God, I can't remember his name now. Ray Davis. I think the official one is going to be over 18.5 rushing yards, and we just hope he gets most of the fourth quarter. This is like betting preseason, you guys. This is the same kind of thing. We're betting on, who the third quarterback coming in is, the ninth wide receiver on this team that's not even going to make the game. Betting him for anytime touchdown stuff. I don't know. I'll see about the late game. Yeah, the other game might be better. We're getting close to halftime there. Maybe we wait for that. I would have loved a touchdown here. It looks like they're probably going to kick the field goal. Still 24 points in 5 minutes. If I get another 3 or 7 before half, I'd feel pretty good about that over. Although, man, in today's NFL, we've seen some overs just die. I mean, I'd like to go back and look at the screen and some of the reports from, the live totals in Detroit, Arizona, some of these other games where it's like, man, it just hit a certain spot and the scoring stopped. I don't think the Lions didn't score in the second half in a game that got bet up to like 52. And that ended in the 30s. I think another it wasn't a popular over as far as movement, but Saints Eagles, what'd that end up with, like 30 points? If that, 27? And yeah, the Bengals teaser leg. Who could have we talked about that? It's like this is the team that whenever they're in this position, they really want to fuck your teaser up. I don't hate them from behind though, with Higgins back and with I haven't watched. Yeah, the Chargers didn't gain a yard. The Chargers are missing basically any player that was good for them. So that game really sucked to watch as somebody who had double dipped on them, teaser and straight up. That one died while I watched it. But I don't mind the Bengals from behind as far as what they have. If they have to get real pass heavy against the secondary, there are a lot worse matchups to need. So, I mean, if Washington goes down and scores tonight, there's some live Cincy to be had. It's not as good as live Kansas City, but yeah. XXX Achilles XXX. I love reading the whole name when you guys have weird names. So Survivor contest may be over for tonight. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people had Buffalo in the big ones, but some of these Survivor contests where it's, buddies running it at work and it's like 60 people. Yeah, week 3 might be just toast. Somebody might have won. I know that Circa's down to about 10% of entries. It'll be much lower than that. I think it'll be down to like about 1,000 people. I can't remember the exact number. That just the opposite of last year. If you guys remember last year, it was everybody made it through. There weren't these big Survivor killers until later on, and obviously it gets way tougher when you have to pick a Thanksgiving game, you have to pick a Christmas game, you have to do all that stuff late. But yeah, this has been Survivor murder. I play in a fun one that our friend Edub invented on the Deep Dives Discord. It's called Trifecta, where you can fuck up your Survivor and you're still in for next week, but you don't get any points on your pick'em. So it's like Survivor plus circa millions. You pick the 5 teams, you got to do the Survivor, and you multiply your points by either 1 or 0, how you did on Survivor. So you go 5-0 and get no points if your Survivor loses, because it has to be a different team. My Survivor was Buffalo this week, which is better than last week where I forgot to put my entry in. But last week I looked at it and basically any team I liked for Survivor lost anyway, so I didn't feel that too bad about it. Yeah, I did forget. I knew it was noon, and it was like 11:55. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna email him quick. I'm just gonna write whatever, and then I realized it was noon Eastern. I'm like, oh, I'm 55 minutes late anyway. Dead. Second half start yet? We're still at halftime. What do you even say at halftime? I almost called him Urban Meyer, you guys. What do you even say at halftime? I've been on some bad football teams in like high school, but stakes are a little lower when it's, Class A Minnesota high school in the late 90s. It's like, we got to get out there and one step at a time, get some momentum going because you can't win. Oh, I'd hate to be in a locker room where they were just, I don't know if he's a yeller or if he's a soother. Urban Meyer. Trevor Lawrence doesn't look right. I'll say that. I said that to Pizzola when I was on his show earlier. I said, I don't know what it is because I'm not a quarterback whisperer. I'm not a film guy, but I watched the film and we've been over this numerous times, the NFL Plus, Prime, Pro, whatever it is, where you can just say, run me the tape, show me all of the Trevor Lawrence throws in a row. You watch it, and he misses just stupid shit. Just little dink and dunk stuff to the running back. He has bad touch to, some of the stuff out to the sidelines. He's thrown outside the hashes and things are going, low. Things are going behind receivers. It's like he's just a little off on his mechanics. I don't know if you guys remember last year, he had like 5 different injuries at once. If that stuff isn't keeping him out of practice and he's just a full go every week, I suppose, and he's not even telling people about it. If it's not bothering him enough, maybe it's underreported. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if something is going on with him physically or if it's just full Chuck Knobloch and he is struggling mentally, which can happen too. We've seen that. I mean, I mentioned a big name. Yeah, remember that Bills player that just retired at halftime a couple years ago? I don't remember who that was. That was something. Yeah, that's under consideration if I'm Doug P. Like, what if I just fall on the sword, be like, this is my fault, I'm going home? I mean, I've had this with golf. I still have this with golf when I putt. Once in a while, I will just absolutely crush a putt where I don't put the touch on it and it goes 75 feet past the hole. That's exaggeration, but you know what I mean? Hit the old Texas wedge from 5 feet out. Not great. Oh, man. Trevor Lawrence, 10 for 22. Oh, Terry McLaurin with the catch. I don't know if you guys are behind. Vontae Davis. Was it the Colts? Maybe they were playing the Bills. I seem to remember the Bills were a part of that. Oh, man, Survivor's going to get fucked. Jaden Daniels, been saying it. It's fun. We're going to have some fun now. And I know Caleb made some really egregious turnovers, but he did some nice things. Bo Nix is still not great, but he did some nice things. We're starting to see a little growth in these rookie quarterbacks. Jaden's my favorite of the 3. I still worry he doesn't live through the season. He's been I haven't been watching that on the bigger TV. I've had it on the crack streams on the side, but he's only run 3 times, 4 times. He just took off. I was looking at the box score, and it went from 3 to 4, and the score also changed. So it's kind of a spoiler alert for me. I didn't get to watch that one. All right, 30 points in the first half, possibly 31. This is where I want to be with an over. Might be a good day after a so-so Sunday. If the Chargers would have gotten there for me, it would have been a really nice Sunday. I was trying to think what my other loss was. Oh, I bet the Browns. I don't know how to explain that one. Numbers said so. I still hadn't seen enough to say like this team has all this talent. It shouldn't be playing like this. Browns got thunder trucked. That was ugly. By Daniel Jones. It is fun having a second game on while you're watching the first one. So, all right. Well, I don't think the Bills can lose, but I mean, if they really, really take the foot off the gas here, I suppose they could lose the cover. Wouldn't that be embarrassing after a victory lapped at halftime? So let's stiffen up. We don't need to let them get too many garbage yards here. Week 4 bets. Let's take a look. Some of my bigger edges, and again, I'm not completely updated on my pricing yet. Um, Currently, what is the Green Bay price right now? And I'm curious to hear what you guys think about that. If it feels like Love goes, I think he does. If that is truly Green Bay minus 2.5. Oh, I changed it. Yeah, with Love out, I would make it Minnesota minus 2.5. With Love in, I'd make it minus 2.5. So to me, and I'm not as good at this as some people, but to me, this line is um, saying Love plays. Like at most, I think this should be -3 in Green Bay with Love playing. And yeah, we make bad bets. I know some smart people that bet the Jags tonight. Sometimes, I clicked some gross ones. I clicked the Rams +6.5. That one didn't feel good to click either. Oh my god, that one looked pretty bad to start with as well. That was a nice little comeback. Um, so keep an eye on that, I guess. I'm saying, like, if this is Malik Willis, as much as I've loved how he looks, it is a much stiffer test against the Flores defense. I show some value there. Um, Jesus, what's Rams? Rams Chicago is still at 3. I would bet the Rams there. I don't like that. I'm not sure I want to do that right off the bat. I'm gonna have to look at some of the situational stuff. Don't really have a Washington price. I know look ahead was what 3, 4, 5.5. Um, I might have to change my Washington price after tonight though, but I'm showing a little value on Arizona after the bad game. They're better than that. I think I can definitely play Arizona if this, let's say Washington really continues to look good, ends up winning this game, and this reopens, 3.5. Guess I don't know how low we could go. I want to see what the actual look aheads were here. That's a pretty big adjustment. I don't know about all that. 5.5. Maybe it opens 4. I'd still think about that. I would like Arizona in that spot, especially Washington he's not a rookie head coach, but Dan Quinn getting back into the swing of it. New staff, rookie quarterback, shorter week. That's something I would like. Heading out to the West Coast to play Arizona. This defense is not a good matchup for an Arizona offense. That's all they do well. Just throw the ball. Houston, Jacksonville. I'm not going to get the number I want there anymore, am I? I made that currently without downgrading Jacksonville again. And, I bet Buffalo today, so I didn't like Jacksonville. Looks like the look ahead there was 4.5. I made it 9. Anything under a touchdown, I'll probably bet Houston coming off their loss. They're a lot better team than they showed. That was a tough test. Are they really going to name the stadium after this guy? I don't know if that's like an official naming, is it? Yeah, they will have to adjust that Washington. We talked about that in the look ahead lines in the Discord. Like that Washington Arizona total probably is going to open a bit higher as well. And then the last one before I run here, I showed a little value on is Miami. And that's probably a bet I can't make. Boy, that's a bad quarterback matchup, isn't it? Is that Monday night? Oh, that's Sunday Night Football? Oh, no. Can they flex stuff yet? I feel like you can't flex that one out yet. Well, that's going to be a bad game. I'm not super excited, but we have a pick and 37 in Tennessee, Miami. I'm showing value on the home team there, but obviously wasn't super keen on their defense. I'm going to have to look at some of their injuries as well. So we'll see. We'll see if Dougie P survives the night. We'll see if the Jaguars can get back into respectability here. What's the other one? We'll see about these Cincinnati Bungles. Down 11, but driving over the 50 now. Boy, that over would feel almost, nothing's a lock. We can go many, many minutes without scoring. Doesn't feel as likely in this game, but man, if we get to 38 points in the first half, I'd feel pretty good. Oh, you're right, Vodzilla. Excuse me. There are 2 Monday Night Footballs again next week. So that is one of the Monday Night Football games. It's the early one. And then I believe week 7, again, we have the double Monday Night Football, which I guess, whatever. I'm not going to complain. The league's not going to change anything. So I'd complain, but who'd listen? Appreciate you guys. Haven't gone much on my bet yet because, Bills haven't had the ball. But Jaguars did score. A little respectability on their name. Good for them. I need the Bills to have a nice long drive now. A lot of Ray Davis. Let's go, Ray Davis. Washington. I forgot I did end up playing. Oh, Noah Brown went over. Good job, the Noah Brown bettors. Well, he went over his normal total. I guess I have a little money coming to me that way. I didn't bet much on that. But Noah Brown, 18.5, the whole world like that, except Rob. And I got there. Good job. So let's go Bengals. Let's go Commanders. Let's go Bills. Let's go Ray Davis. Catch you guys. I'll release a podcast in the morning. And then me and Drew will get together normal time Wednesday. Hopefully he's unjet lagged. Hit the thumbs up, rate, review, subscribe, like. Have a good night. Enjoy your football. We'll see you.